Hey Eagles, welcome back to the Avion broadcast. I'm Dominic Popolo.
And I'm Andrew Harker, and I know what some of y'all are thinking. We're not Kyle and Clay. Well, don't worry. They'll be back next week in the anchor's chairs. But Dom, how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was really good. I went back to New Jersey to visit one of my friends for her birthday and surprise her, and we were in the city on Saturday, and it was just a great time.
Oh, how fun. See, my weekend was not as adventurous as yours was. I was here in Daytona, but we did have a nice little SGA bonding thing. But I also know the Super Bowl was this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of the Super Bowl, I heard all about the big Super Bowl party in the Student Union on Sunday night. And you know what? I wonder what else is happening around campus this week. Let's go to Monica to find out.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Avion broadcast. My name is Monica Northwest and I will be your campus life reporter for the spring 2024 semester. And we're opening our week with the Random Act of Kindness Sidewalk Chalk by Inclusion and Civic Engagement plus Volunteer Network, where you can add your colorful masterpiece to the sidewalk on the Connolly Quad at any time between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, February 12th through February 15th. I know college life is hard, but luckily for y'all, today, Tuesday, February 13th, you can create a plush friend for yourself by stuffing an animal at Stuff a Plush by Touch and Go Productions on the first floor of the Student Union. But you need to hurry up since the event is going to last only 4 hours, starting 11 a.m. and ending at 3 p.m. On Wednesday, while being excited to send out those flowers and Valentines, don't forget to grab your Valentine and bring them to the Connolly Quad, where from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. you can treat them with freshly baked Valentine's Day themed cookies, which are hosted by the DEI Coalition alongside our friends at Inclusion and Civic Engagement. On your way to finally end this long week, I would recommend you guys to hop on to the Connolly Quad, where on Thursday at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. you can get acquainted with the Kindness Kids. Thankfully, this event is going to be there both Thursday and Friday. Later on Thursday, while you're still near the Student Union around 3:30 to 4:30 p.m., I'd recommend you to go up to the third floor where a Peppy Hour is happening. But note, it's not just basic Peppy Hour, but Valentine's Day special Peppy Hour. And yes, we got there and it's finally Friday. It's time for Skyline Social Trivia at the Student Union Rooftop Terrace from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Don't forget to stamp your Skyline Social cards and grab those bonus bucks. With all those classes and events happening this week, don't forget to find a time for yourself and stay hydrated. And that was all for today. Happy upcoming Valentine's Day. I am Monica Northwest. This was your Campus Life Report.
Thanks, Monica. You know, it always amazes me how many things there are to do around here at Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, besides all the clubs and organizations that students can get involved in, there's also the pool, fitness center, the SGA, and so much more.
You're not wrong at all. Something also that's cool that's happening here at Riddle is this project about Eagle Cam. Have you heard of this?
Oh no, what is it?
So I got to sit in the press conference today, and they're actually going to be photographing an orbiter landing on the moon.
Oh, that's
It's been
so
this
cool.
huge project that they've been working on for many years now, but I'm super excited to see it come to life and see what the results that they get out of it. But the launch is actually happening tonight, but if you can't make the launch, don't worry. Let's see what else is happening in the space industry.
Hello Eagles, my name is Joseph Colangelo and welcome to the first edition of Fleet Updates, a short segment on the Avion broadcast designed to keep you updated on the space news of today. The big launch this week occurs tomorrow night with a very special payload to us Eagles here at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, as Intuitive Machines' Nova-C lunar lander is expected to blast off towards the moon on February 14th, carrying a payload from our very own Embry-Riddle. EagleCam will be taking the ultimate selfie when it captures the first ever third-person views of a spacecraft making a landing on an extraterrestrial moon. As Intuitive Machines' Nova-C lander approaches the surface of the moon, EagleCam will separate from the lander to capture the moment it touches down. Later that same day, we will see the second ever launch of an H-3 rocket out of Japan. The rocket, designed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and JAXA, will be carrying a 5,700-pound payload mass simulator along with 2 other Earth observation microsatellites made by Canon and Japan Space Systems. And the 14th continues to be a busy day with the launch of a Russian Progress resupply capsule, carrying fuel, experiments, and hopefully some fresh food for astronauts aboard ISS. So, that about wraps up our coverage for this week's upcoming launches. Let's get into what's happening in the world of spaceflight. The third Axiom mission to the International Space Station, carrying the first all-European commercial astronaut crew, has stood down from their planned undocking and splashdown due to inclement weather at the splashdown site. So it looks like the crew gets to spend some extra time on ISS floating around, doing science, and of course enjoying the views. NASA's Juno probe has made a close, thrilling flyby of Jupiter's volcanic world of Io. The spacecraft buzzed the moon 930 miles above the surface and captured some incredible close-ups. Sierra Space released photos of the Dream Chaser spacecraft and its configuration at the Neil Armstrong Test Facility in Sandusky, Ohio. The cargo spacecraft Tenacity awaits its maiden launch at the International Space Station atop the United Launch Alliance's Vulcan rocket. Sierra Space plans to complete 6 cargo resupply missions to the International Space Station using the Dream Chaser. And a bit of a walk from Ohio in China, we have a test flight of the reusable Kaizhou rocket. The Chinese state-owned company X-Space, known for their solid rocket motors, has conducted a brief test flight of their first methane liquid oxygen rocket. That lasted about 22 seconds from launch to landing, a monumental first step on the road to global reusability.
You know, the airport isn't the only exciting thing that you can see off in the distance from campus. Obviously, we can also see good views of the Speedway. I know I love to go up to the library and sit facing both the airport and the Speedway. It's like the best of both worlds when studying.
See, I'm glad you have that study spot, Dom, because I sit in the Avion office and I don't have a view to the outside world, so enjoy that for me. However, Speed Week is obviously one of the busiest times around Daytona. If you have never been here before, it's a busy weekend for cars and tourists, but it's also a busy weekend for aviation. A lot of the private jets come in, they shut down some of the runways, and the Thunderbirds also fly in too. But my question to Jacob is, I know the past few years we've had really good weather for the Thunderbird flyovers, but will we have good weather this year, or will it be cloudy and rainy?
Thank you, Drew, and happy Tuesday, Eagles. And you know what? That is an awesome question. We're going to get to the 500 in just a few moments later on in our forecast, but I will say things are not looking the best as we approach the weekend. Currently, though, in Daytona Beach, 58 degrees, 73 down in Miami, and 42 up in Atlanta. That really stark temperature contrast is a result of a cold front that has really just perched itself across the state today. Hence the increased cloudiness that you're seeing today and the really windy conditions that we had yesterday, blowing that warm air out of the region. We are back to more temperate, more seasonal temperatures today on this fine Tuesday. Currently in Daytona Beach, again I mentioned, upper 50s, 57 with the passing clouds because of that cold front. Winds on the back side of that front are from the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. A little breezy, and that is ushering that cold air into the region versus the warm air that we had the last couple of days. Futurecast, you'll notice this high pressure is really setting in throughout the week, which is going to be the dominant factor of our weather. However, as we approach Thursday, cloudiness increases. Our winds are going to shift more from the south, which is going to allow us to warm up more later in the forecast period. But you will also notice off to our northwest, we do have a cold front that's going to make its way down towards Daytona Beach as we move towards the weekend and towards the Daytona 500. More on that in the 7-day forecast, though. High temperatures today in Daytona Beach, 65 degrees, 81 down in Miami, very warm for this time of year, 59 degrees up in Tallahassee. And as you move through the evening tonight and into Wednesday morning, 45 degrees in Daytona Beach, 57 in Miami, and a very cold 34 degrees on the backside of that front up in Tallahassee. This pattern continues throughout the week. 60s in Daytona Beach for our highs, 75 down in Miami, 62 in Tallahassee. This is on Wednesday. And into the evening on Wednesday, again dipping down into the 50s. Our temperatures are going to increase, as I said, as we move towards the weekend. So is our cloudiness and that chance for precipitation. I'll get right to it. This weekend, 70 degrees on Saturday, 64 on Sunday. As that cold front moves through, you'll notice a 60% chance of rain on Saturday, 80% chance of rain on Sunday. It is going to rain at some point this weekend. Most of the models do agree that that frontal passage will happen on Saturday into Sunday, which means that unfortunately your Daytona 500 plans might take a very quick halt because of the rain. Continue to watch that though. We're still quite a few days out. Things can change before then, but we'll just keep our eyes on it and hope for the best. Back to you, Drew.
Actually, my favorite.
Thanks, Jacob. So, Dom, have you been to any of the athletics games this semester?
Yeah, I actually start off the semester with a basketball game, the first home one of the season. And, I've never really been a big basketball fan, but I had a blast by the end of it.
See, I definitely been to a few basketball games. They're super cool. I know Harley from the Treasury is on a cheerleader and is over there, and I know a few members on the pep band. So that's super cool to go watch and support them as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not the biggest sports fan. However, that's not something to bash on because I know other people have things that they're super passionate about. But let's turn it over to David to kind of get up to speed about what else is going to happen within the sports realm here at Embry-Riddle.
Hello, Eagles. I'm David Allgood here with another sports report. The college baseball season has begun with the Embry-Riddle men's team taking on Edwards on the road. Alongside baseball, softball and golf have also begun and are getting in the full swing of things as the Florida weather begins to warm up. Both tennis and lacrosse are getting in on the action with their first competitions underway and many more to come. Off campus, the football offseason ramps up as teams will look to the draft this coming April. The NHL resumes the second half of the season after a celebrity-filled All-Star break featured the top names such as Michael Bublé, Tate McRae, and Justin Bieber. But get ready to start your engine, Eagles, as the NASCAR season begins. You know what that means. The Daytona International Speedway will be packed this weekend with the annual Daytona 500. This popular event will see crowds flocking to the area from all around the world, hopefully joining in to enjoy appearances from big-name celebrities such as Pitbull, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Michael Jordan. See you on the track, and remember to stay classy.
Definitely need to make it to a few more games, but
Yeah.
I definitely think it's been a busy semester with homework and stuff, but let's take a break from the homework and the sports and touch base with Chloe and see what was last week's shark and what's the new shark question and the hint for next week. Chloe. We're cutting out Chloe, but keep that take.
Hey y'all, it's Chloe, and I'm by myself today to tell you a little bit about sharks. Last week's shark was the thresher shark, which is not typically found in our beautiful Atlantic Ocean. The thresher shark uses its long tail to stun its prey and attack. It's one of the faster sharks and goes almost as fast as some of you do on electric skateboards. But enough about skateboards and thresher sharks. The next shark of the week is actually a poor swimmer and is typically caught at night. Its name comes from its distinctive circular, almost cookie-shaped bite. Good luck guessing, and I'll see you next week, Eagles.
I was so close.
No, me too.
I know. I thought it was, a thresher shark. I will take it. I will take it. You know what? It's fine. But anyways, I have a few ideas for what next week's shark is going to be. So I'm going to make sure I go fill out that form, click the link below, and make sure I win because I have some competition ahead of me because I know a few other people filled that out, and I want to make sure more people fill that out because a little competition, it's a little fun, especially with all that homework. Right, Dom?
Yep.
So, but with that, enjoy your week. I'm Andrew Harker.
And I'm Dominic Popolo.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of the Avion.